really interesting game.
This is a game that I want to see. Do you guys have any favorites?
I'll go Big God in this game.
The team with Axe, right?
The team with Axe. That's a fair and safe bet.
Double spin to win.
Lumi, what is the key for EG to win this game?
For EG to win this game?
Yeah, what do they have to do to win this game?
I think from 15 to 25 minutes in, if they could hold their tier 2s. Like, if BG cannot snowball and, like, peak your high ground by that point in the game, I think they just play for the late game.
Okay, sounds good. We're gonna go to our casters for this game. It's going to be Gods Winter. Gods and Winter. Gods Winter. Yeah,
Godless Winter.
Gods and Winter casting the second game of EG versus Big Gods. EG is 1-0. Guys, take us away.
Thank you, Bruno. Time now for Game 2 of EG versus Big God here in your winner bracket semi-finals. As we'll see an early Hawk pick-off. Ice on the board with the first CS of the game, Winter. What's going on? Time for Game 2.
Good start for BG, getting a Hawk on the support.
He's happy.
Getting the first CS there, but looking at the lanes for BG, they have much more of heroes that are much better in the lane, Axe and Razor. If they get good lanes, they are going to be able to have a very good early game. But like the panel mentioned, the Abaddon pick, good versus the Beastmaster or good versus the Vortex from the Storm Spirit. Yeah, and all in all, looks to be like a very solid defensive support for BG.
Alright, well, we'll introduce some rosters here as the creep wave's going to spawn. On the dire side, it's going to be Team Big God. Zhao Wei going to be playing the Razor in the middle lane. Lamb going to be playing your Abaddon in the off lane. ROTK, he's going to be handling the Axe. Safe lane Juggernaut being played by Burning. And finally, the support of Ice Bootsford's going to be on the Shadow Shaman. On the Radiant side, EG Universe. Once more on the Beastmaster in the off lane. It's going to be Sumail on the mid lane. Storm Spirit. In the safe lane, PPD, Shadow Demon. We've got AUI 2000 on the Ogre Magi and Old Man Fear on the Luna.
Yeah, they are going to have a harder time compared to the first game on the Storm lane though, because Razor will be able to at least pressure him and make him miss some last hits with his static link. So I think the lanes in the middle lane, Big God would definitely have the advantage. And looking at the other lanes, they have a dual lane with the Axe. This would be the most ideal situation when you have an Axe. You want a support that can actually protect and cause a lot of havoc on the off lane. And they have a Shaman plus Juggernaut safe lane, decent against the Beastmaster, but I would still expect the Beastmaster to get a good amount of farm and experience off this lane.
Yeah, they can't really zone out the Beastmaster too much. Bottom lane though, RTK needs to be a bit careful, playing fairly aggressive here. Does have the Abaddon to sit behind him, and a shield actually going to come out here, but without the creeps, chance to spin, well, pretty low.
To be frank, Ogre is actually one of the very good supports because you have a lot of armor to actually deal with the Axe lane against the counter helix. You can actually take up a lot of damage from the Axe before you need to just back off because you are worried to getting too low on health and they can actually kill you.
Yeah, well, the plan for EG is to zone out the Abaddon Axe lane as much as possible here. Fear getting more or less the free farm lane, keeping the lane back as much as possible, looking to pull it closer and closer to his tower as we approach the 2-minute rune, and that's exactly where the Ogre Magi of AUI 2000 is headed towards the bottom lane. It will give some room for Big God to maybe get a couple of CS and contest the lane a bit, but they pick up the rune, just a bounty rune for your Ogre Magi, but that's actually not too bad as far as getting him a fast level 2.
And looking at the Big God draft, they have a little more of a hybrid draft if you compare to the first game where they are very 5-man focused. This game they have a little bit of pick-off from the Axe, and they have very good 5-man with the Shaman, Abaddon as well as the Juggernaut healing ward. So EG's plan, I would say, if you are in Peter Bandon's shoes, you want to get a lot of farm over across the map with your heroes, split the map once more, have the Hawk from the Beastmaster, so making sure that you get pick-offs whenever you can and as much farm. They have heroes that actually push lanes much better than BG, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of pressure EG can put on around the mid-game time. When they get the map control from the Hawk and have the Storm Spirit with his first item, like you normally get like a 15 to 18 minute Orchid, that's when they can find pickoffs and take towers. It's really hard for Big God to defend towers against Hawkstorm.
You talk about 15 to 18 minute Orchid from Sumail, but the more important thing is what is the 8, 9 minute, 10 minute or 11 minute blink from the Axe is going to accomplish.
Yeah. Alright, well,
who is going to set the tempo of the game? That is the crucial question.
And that's where RTK said this blink timing is important. He's going to go back to the jungle. Universe at top has been called out by a Shackles. The Blade Fury to follow. Looks like we may have our first Blight here, but Universe just too fast. The Quillbore movement speed slows the Juggernaut, but the Ether Shock from Shadow Shaman gets the kill.
That was a very good defensive play from Beastmaster, but Universe still died in the end to the Ether Shock. They even rotated, Aoi teleported top, but to no avail. Couldn't save his body, Universe. And at the very least, he's gonna get some experience here, so not a wasted TP after all for him.
Yeah. Cancels also the Shadow Shaman's clarity, which is kind of important to note because Ice Eyes now no longer has mana.
He has Arcane Boots.
Okay, he's got that level 1 Hawk kill, man. It's coming back to bite EG. That, what, 30 gold? No, he would have got it anyways. Okay, so Shadow Shaman having mana, very important if they want to have kill potential in this lane. So that's something where occasionally you see an offlaner die, but if you burn all the mana of the supports, it can be worth it, but not the case here in the top lane.
And here we go, Aoi's gonna rotate in with the rune here.
Oh, maybe too late though. Blade Fury comes out.
The Shaman. I think they can kill the Shaman.
He's going to kill off the Quillbore in Universe. One more right click gets the kill. Importantly, the Ether Shock helped kill the Quillbore, and now AUI looking for the kill on the Shadow Shaman, who has got boots here, but with the creep wave, AUI just needs one more right click. He's going to get it. Here comes ROTK now, but decides against chasing. Burning, meanwhile, getting off some nice physical damage onto the Ogre, but with the high base armor, will not be able to get a second kill for Big God. They only barely killed that Ogre, I feel. The Quillbore dying prevented the slow from kind of dealing with the Juggernaut there.
It's gonna be a very important kill as well for them because you are able to slow down. If you didn't kill the Shaman there, he can continuously to get experience, pull, and stuff like that. And if you look at BG's lineup once more, it's a Shaman plus Razor. It's a very I would say TI4 reminiscence lineup where you push at a certain... You have a window of timing to hit and push with the axe on the Razor and the Shaman with obviously hopefully level 11 support mods when you reach high ground and the Rosh and stuff like that, all the objectives you can take. So every single kill they can get on the support Shaman is going to be key from this point.
Well, as far as Big Gods, they rotate the axe to the jungle, give Abaddon the off lane here to just leech XP. This does feel like they may be getting a bit more out of the map than EG for the time being.
Yeah, they have, like you said, a jungling hero, whereas if you look at EG, they don't exactly... I mean, you have the Wild Axe against Ancients, and Luna can jungle if he has levels, and so same goes for the Shadow Demon, but at this point, obviously, Big God are just... They have the composition advantage when it comes to talking about using the jungle effectively. Yeah.
Do EG want to try respond to that by going for like a fast T1 tower in the bottom lane with the Luna, or are they just happy to have Luna kind of static farm the lane?
They don't really have the heroes to actually push towers very quickly, so I think static farming the lane would probably be the better option, but at the same time, if you're static farming means your other lanes are... You're not forcing Big God to rotate when they have someone moving into the jungle, so there's always pros and cons to the decision you make, but it's just gonna be... You need to wait for it to play out to see whether it actually gives you more advantage than disadvantage.
Yeah, and Big God also doing a really good job of controlling the runes. We haven't seen Storm Spirit get any high impact runes. That one was a DD rune which got taken by the Abaddon at bottom. Sumail's just been playing a more farm oriented Storm. It is kind of more important around like the 10-minute mark to get those haste and DD runes, but even early on you could see a Storm rotation. He's going for the farm build though, no points in the Electric Vortex. It is going to be much more greedy.
He did this the last game as well, very farm oriented. He even killed the Venge where we were talking about him having the regen without needing to Vortex the Venge. That was just how good the kill was. Perfect. But looking as time goes by for BG, they're gonna get the Axe Blink maybe in a couple of I think minute 12 or minute 13 will be more realistic for them, and we'll see how things go after they get a... They're gonna smoke though, with Axe without
Axe blink as well, no blink, and Burning actually taking the CS. I don't know if that was intended or not, but he took 2 of those last hits in the stack here. Mid lane Sumail has gone in to start poking and prodding at Zhao Wei, but TP support comes in. Shadow Shaman as well as Abaddon. They're going to cancel them pretty quickly though. They quickly see that EG back off and wasted TPs, but top lane, EG in trouble. Universe somewhat isolated here. They've even going to probably have Serpent Wards fairly soon as well. The Hex going to start things off. There's a Shackles and Burning. Not even going to need to use an Omni Slash for this one, it looks like. ROTK would have loved the last hit there to help out his Blink Dagger timing, but no luck for him.
No mana for Serpent Wards though. So, I mean, they're going to probably need it for the next, maybe use it for the next push, I guess. He's going to have the wards in a few more mana, so this tower doesn't. Yeah, I don't think they need it for this tower. They can use it for the next tier 2 tower.
Oh,
they're actually gonna
play it safe.
Wow, I did not actually expected that, but from their point of view, they don't see the storm on the map, and Luna has a teleport scroll with ultimate, so that two factors alone probably caused this reaction from BG.
It does seem like the safer way.
Yeah.
You look at this game and you think, where would they have been able to use the Serpent Wards in the next 100 seconds?
Mid lane?
Maybe mid lane,
yeah. But or rush.
I feel like if they went for the mid tier 1 tower with the Serpent Wards, EG would rotate in heroes and defend it,
Yeah.
so it seems like the safe kind of option to go for here.
I understand where you're coming from. It's just no risk. You don't have to put yourself in a sticky situation, just in case you can't really count for everything that's gonna happen. So better safe than sorry, Big God says.
Alright, well, with that burning now, top of the net worth chart, they're still waiting on that Axe Blink Dagger timing. That's kind of the first big high impact item that's going to be coming out this game.
He doesn't seem like he's actually... Why is it... I just feel he... I don't know, actually, it feels like he should be closer though. It's still quite a ways before he gets his blink.
Yeah, I mean, Burning did come. Burning took 2 big creeps when he came into the jungle earlier when I was watching.
I didn't see that.
He had a big stack on that big camp there, and Burning's like, I want to smoke, let's kill this camp fast, and just like took the big level 6 Satyr. So 100 gold. Axe is like, RTK's like, dude, you may be burning, but I need my blink here. Like, come on. Burning has GPM records to maintain.
I don't think that was what RTK said. He will probably say, bro, you can have it. No worries.
He's like, okay, if it's burning, it doesn't matter. You're not a Medusa, you're a Jug,
Yeah.
but you can still take my blink money.
Are they gonna do rush with this rotation from the smoke? They have wards up fairly soon.
Yeah, 20 seconds here. They may just look to find a pick-off first with like an Omni Slash and then go for Roshan. Hawk is actually going to fly overhead, so Hawk is checking out the Roshan pit. Fear nearby as well. He could be caught out here by this gank. Oh, the smoke gets it past him. It's going to be AUI 2000 instead. Hex into some just Juggernaut. Mask of Madness right clicks. No chance for your Ogre Magi. He'll get chopped to shreds.
That was a lucky kill for, lucky for EG not to actually lose. He would lose the Luna there.
Ooh, here we go. 10-minute rune. It's going to be a regen rune. This is what Sumail's been waiting for, perhaps, but no, he's going to just use it.
He doesn't have that.
He had 0 mana. He's going to pressure the middle lane with this. So sees Big God committing 4 to the bottom. With the Serpent Wards as well. So you see the Serpent Wards, you know there's no way to defend, so he wants to pressure mid as hard as possible.
And here we go, they're gonna TP the Abaddon.
Oh, he finds RTK on the axe, and he's got the regen rune still. Using that to good effect. Battle Hunger finally cancels it though.
It's gonna lose it. But it's very systematical play you can see from BG. They took one of the opponent's tier 1 on the safe lane, which is arguably one of the most important towers to take if you want to stop and invade the enemy from farming their own jungle. And they moved the Abaddon. He was the first one to TP at the tier 2 behind to make sure that whoever comes down at the tier 1 in front will be safe. So it's very systematical. It doesn't allow the enemy to, like, when you have a storm on the enemy side, you have to do all these small little steps to make sure the storm doesn't pick off anyone.
Well, it's Big God so far with the polished execution on their game 2 draft.
Definitely.
2 tier 1 towers, a tier 1 mid now being attempted as well, and it looks like they should be able to have a pretty straightforward Roshan once they want to go for it, probably with the next Serpent Wards.
Let's see, they have 45 seconds cooldown on the ward. Maybe defending the top tier 1 would be better, I feel. Since they have a little bit of downtime on the wards, like, I'm not sure though. Maybe you go for the rush now, or you actually just try to defend your own tower. Let's see. They're going for rush.
Yeah. The tier 1 top tower, end of the day, it's some money for EG, but
it's a classic,
tactically it doesn't matter.
Classic trade-off, like Radiant gets the tier 1 at top.
Well, do they get the tier 1 at top? It looks like Shadow Demon's the only one up there. Okay, they should do so.
They should be able to get it with the siege creep, yeah.
DPD is going to be filthy rich off of this one. And Roshan not going to be contested. Even with the Hawk giving some vision, it looks like EG may just be too late. Storm Spirit's back in their dire jungle. He can't really get here in time.
I think this is a very good game for the supports. Like you talk about PPD gonna get Filthy Reach after that tower. Good game for the supports to get a Ghost Center, which is
Storm going to go for this one. Ball Lightning could come from afar. Pick up the Aegis. Okay.
They don't have a. Oh, they actually have a.
They did have a Hawk there, so I believe they did have vision into the pit here. Mech going to be popped just to be on the safe side. Blink call off the mark though.
Wow.
Very close, RTK.
That was really close, but they are gonna have Mech the Aegis on. Who took the Aegis? Razor? Yeah, no, actually the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut took the Aegis, so BG is gonna be in a very good spot right now to actually just push and take towers everywhere.
They're even getting a nice sizable lead here with the Ancient stack being farmed up. They just seem to be picking up their core items a lot faster. Blink not only on Axe, but the Shadow Shaman as well.
Bottom lane, Burning is going to look for Peter Pandem. He's going to be able to juke away in the trees. Doesn't have a TP scroll, but he's going to build into the 4-star instead of the Ghost Scepter, which I was talking about. Always a good item to pick up on the support.
Yep. So Sumail.
Oh no, he's going to get spotted out.
No TP, and if Burning clicked him, he knows that. He's going to go looking to chase here. Has to check all the corners though. And PPD going to try and hide. Okay.
Okay.
There's just too many spots to hide in there.
Yeah.
It's like you have to check every little juke spot, and then PPD just goes immediately out and into a new little cluster of trees. That was not an easy kill to get, even with PPD having no TP.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go. Luna opting to go, like Fear opting to go for the 4 points in glaive, which allows him to do exactly this much earlier instead of using their blessing, because they are not 5-manning, so they don't need the higher points in Luna's blessing to actually make the team stronger. Sumail gonna find a bounty rune at top. Looking at his Orchid progression, so far 1 Oblivion stuff and 1.3k, so not too far away. Maybe, like you mentioned, 15 to 80 minute mark, you get the Orchid, and we'll see what he gets to do about it. And so far, the X Blink hasn't technically done anything yet.
When do EG fight? Like, when are they looking to make a stance? Because right now it feels like Big God are just systematically taking towers, taking Roshan. They now move on to the T2 bottom. Although right now EG at least here with Fear trying to defend this one. The Blink Shadow Shaman comes out. Nice disruption for PPD. Omni Slash though goes through, goes back to a creep though. The dominated Centaur, Burning now in a bit of trouble. He does have the Aegis on his side. Sumail gets the kill on the Shadow Shaman. Jug looking to Blade Fury down Sumail. Sumail completely might have fleeted. Is there going to be a Culling Blade? Not with the Roar coming out. ROTK gets shielded up and healed. Down goes your Storm Spirit. Zhao Wei being healed by the Healing Ward. This Jug Healing Ward is not being dealt with.
Wow, Lamb was the hero there. He managed to come to the fight just on time. Gets the Axe out of a sticky situation, even though he didn't get the Culling Blade off on the Storm, but they still got the job done. He died. Now the tier 2 at bottom gonna go down as a result of that, even though they spend the Aegis, but I think it's a worthy trade for that. Disruption gonna come out from the Shadow Demon, but not gonna accomplish too much here. Maybe try and deny with the illusions. Okay, not gonna happen, but at this point of the game, BG are gonna be really contented with what they have accomplished so far with their lineup. The next Aegis would be the important pickup before they go for the next 2 towers, I guess.
Was that like the right time for EG to try and fight and take a stance, or they just didn't have the items they needed?
I don't think they were strong enough, but I understood why they tried to fight there, because the Omni Slash was wasted on, like you were talking about how you got wasted. You bounced onto a Hammer-dominated creep, so I mean, I could understand from EG's point of position, you blew up a big ultimate, and the Serpent Wards were like half of them were dead. So it was definitely a good timing to fight, even though their lineup doesn't really fare well against like all the heroes that BG have. But it was definitely a good risk to take if you're EG there. It just didn't turn out well for them.
Alright, we'll see what the next move is going to be. EG going to be met with another push down the middle lane, it looks like. No Serpent Wards for the time being, but coming soon.
Blade on the Juggernaut. This is something where you talk about eHome, always get it on ZYF, and some of the players get it, but not everyone goes this build. Like Shadow Blade is kind of risky, I would like to say, but you force the enemy supports to actually buy Sentries or your gem.
It's going to hurt the EG economy. They're not anywhere near a Necro 3 in the Beastmaster. He could buy a gem, but he doesn't probably really want to at this rate, and it's just going to... It's good damage and attack speed in general anyway.
The only thing I'm worried is you go for the Shadow Blade now, the Orchid from the Storm coming up soon, and you don't have the Manta. So this is a sort of like an opportunity that you are giving to the Storm to actually be able to solo kill you. It's dangerous times, I have to say, but yeah, let's see how it goes out. And ROTK gets a call off here.
Oh, AUI.
Yeah, dead.
Caught out, Omni Slash down. Does put the Omni Slash on cooldown, but Big God don't have Serpent Wards. They're not looking to push it this second.
Yeah,
they're going to farm.
It's just a good kill, all in all. They did have to spend Omni Slash, like you mentioned, but like you mentioned, they are not going to look to push anytime soon. So having the big spell on cooldown, just not a big deal for them. They take a free kill. They're just happy with it. Everyone goes back to farming. If you look at the next big item they're going to get, it's I would say the Razor Axe, which is he has point booster and overclock, 400 gold, halfway there.
Yeah. ROTK also working on an Aghanim Scepter, but that's probably not as high impact as the Razors. Does make him a lot tankier. It does give you that short cooldown chop, which you can even use on creeps with the Ag Scepter.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's for sure.
That's kind of the nice... That's probably the best bit about the Ag Scepter, the Axe.
I'm not sure how much it will actually change the fight. It's definitely a luxury item on Axe.
Yeah.
It's more important that I would say that they actually get very good shields off from the Abaddon to make sure key targets don't die.
Well, we saw it yesterday. Lamb on the Lion, Lamb on any hero. He can be the hero for this team.
The Lamb Shaker. That's the best, the biggest hero of all, the Lamb Shaker.
When are we going to get to see the Lamb Shaker again? I hope we get to see it here at the main event at some point.
I think this game, the Abaddon is actually going to be... I feel the Abaddon is going to be the one that you need to watch out how much he's actually going to help his team in terms of getting someone out of trouble and you get a big spell off just because of the shield, or just making sure someone doesn't die from a gank.
Yeah, the Orchid is there now as well. Your Storm Spirit on the move up towards the dire jungle, but he's not going to find anyone.
5 men for BG.
Oh, let's go high ground. Forget Aegis. They're confident. They feel like they can at least do some damage here with the Serpent Wards. Zhao Wei on the front lines as well, and the Razor, nice and tanky, drop the Serpent Wards, and they're going to force EG in, or at least force EG to start poking away.
I think this is a good time to go. Like, Sumer just got his ulti, he wants to get a gank off, but the enemy 5 men.
Oh, nice blink call. They're going to pull Fear away a little bit here, but the Ogre Sun comes out. ROTK is going to be careful. Blade Fury, Raw as well onto ROTK, but immediately Aphotic shielded off. Burning taking heavy damage here, gets out of there for now. And Burning going to be kept alive, but the one last right click, he gets taken out by your Luna. EG now with 1 kill in the Jug. Have lost Sumail on the Storm though. They're going to clear out the Serpent Wards to look for their next target.
They have to back off right now. Tower is already deny range, so they already got what they have. Like they trade arguably evenly with the 2 cores going down.
Yeah.
And using the wards at the same time. So I feel if you're a big god, you're just contented with what you get, and you didn't lose too many heroes. Back to farming.
The Storm just keeps on dying in every single fight we see.
You just need to wait for the next Aegis, even though Burning died, obviously that's not what they wanted, but I feel they achieved what they came for. They got the tier 3. And the next push will mean exposed reps. And the Acceptor on the Razor coming soon.
They did that without the Acceptor.
Yeah, probably you could say they maybe rushed into things, but I just feel that it wasn't too bad in the end, They got a favorable result.
Well, you look at when they go with that next push with the Aegis, suddenly there's going to be no tier 3 tower to defend those racks. I feel like it almost guarantees that the next Aegis gets them that mid lane of racks.
Yeah, it's something that I think that would be just, if you're BG, you're happy about accomplishing. And at the moment, what can EG do to slow down a push? They need to get primary pickoffs. Like
they've been trying so hard. Sumail was, when the push was coming mid, he was in the dire jungle looking for someone to pick off.
That was the reason why, I think this is a very good game sense by BG. They know that they cannot allow Sumail to get a pick off with the Orchid. Otherwise, the tempo of the game will be totally changed. Hence, even though they were close to the Acceptor, but they decided it was crucial and important for them to group up, not to allow the Storm to get the game going his way, get the push going, and even though they traded 1 for 1, I think they accomplished.
Ooh, tense moment here, Winter. The ward battle going on near that Roshan pit as EG still smoked up.
Anyone has a gem? Oh, Abaddon has a gem.
They put the Sentry Ward on the cliff here. Now the jump. Universe blinks onto the high ground, gets the roar off. ROTK going to be brought down to start off the fight. That's all they're going to get. No Roshan yet. It's up very soon, but Universe forced to TP out as he was on those trees.
That was a good pick-off for EG. They essentially bought themselves some time to farm the map. And obviously good experience for the heroes that were involved, but it's a gem on Sumail and a gem on Abaddon. So 2 gems, 1 on each side of the team. Both of the teams recognizing that this is a point of time we need to control the map. Roshan is going to be at stake. High ground push coming for Big God essentially, and for EG, how to delay the high ground push as much as possible until the Luna gets big enough to be able to fend the attack off. And they actually already have 4 points in disruption. Oh, this is actually really good. We haven't really talked about the skill build on PPD, but this is having max disruption and max shadow poison. It's just all get into the high ground defense.
And he had to make that decision because he's not going to get a lot of XP this game.
Yeah, every point you put in as a support in this position is crucial.
The end of the day, when a 5-man push is coming, your Soul Catcher offers nothing. If you can catch it out in a core hero, great, but chances are no one's going to be in a position to get that Soul Catcher.
Maybe offers nothing is just a bit difficult to say, because if you get it on push your target, it's very useful.
If there's a frontline Razor who you can get,
it's difficult to get it useful, I would say. Like very hard to use it properly, and having the disruption at higher ranks means that your illusions last, especially for the Luna with the glaze bouncing, definitely gives you more in terms of high ground defense.
It's like unreliable damage versus reliable damage in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's the better way of putting it, I think. Very easy to understand, and here we go. The high ground defense, who is gonna prevail?
PPD lurking around the side here. RTK did not spot him out in the end, though. He
comes.
Well, the Axe can't blink. He blinks after the disruption. He gets in with the call, looking for Sumail, but does not catch him immediately. Sumail now locked in place, gets the ball lightning off just in time. He's still alive for the time being until an Omni Slash slices him to the misses.
Drop the jab.
Oh, and he's got no buyback as well. Juggernaut looking to chase down the Shadow Demon. Meanwhile, on the high ground, RTK blinks in with a call, going to catch out AUI, gets the Culling Blade off. Fear possibly next in line. He's got a buyback if he needs it. And Big God not going to chase. They're going to go for PPD while taking down the middle racks if they can. One more chop from your axe. Puts 3 EG heroes on the sidelines.
That looked like a good initiation from PG when they took out the Shaman before. He was a key target. You need to stop him from placing the wards. The idea was there, but it was just too much firepower and from PG.
RTK made a nice play. Got disrupted, but blinked after the disruption before he took damage.
He didn't drop the poison though. It should have happened.
Yeah.
Really should have happened. But misplace happens, and you have to deal with it.
Well, that's going to be a mid laner Raxi. Storm's still on the sidelines for 5 seconds. The other big thing is Sumail has not had a buyback in these last 2 pushes. He died. He just hasn't been able to find the farm to actually have it.
They need to get pickups here, Strike Draggers.
Storm is the ideal hero to do so. He's just respawned. He's going to be coming back in soon. Universe in the front lines gets disrupted. That'll save his life for the time being. Zhao Wei has an Aegis. He's not the hero to go on. Lamb with the Aphonic Shield going to keep him alive a bit longer as well. They haven't actually found any Big God heroes just yet. Burning's still alive and Kicking. He's off to the sides now, still alive. And Zhao Wei in the front lines has a second eye of the Storm, looking to bring down these EG supports. PPD and AUI in all sorts of trouble here, as AUI will be brought down by one last miscoil. That's put Storm once again on the sidelines. What happened? How did Storm even die there? Just caught out by the Shadow Shaman disables?
This game, Big God just has the better disables compared to the last game to actually control a Storm, and there was a lot of the damage from the rest of the heroes as well. He committed a lot of mana, and he doesn't have as much item as the last game, so
yeah,
it's just... I think this game is in the bag.
Putting the Razor mid, slowing down the Storm's farm and out of progression, and also I feel controlling all the runes there. We saw Storm get 1 regen rune, but apart from that, it never felt like he found that DD or regen rune and got Pickoff off of there.
They just adjusted, like we talked about multiple times, how Big God, the biggest strength of the team, even without they don't practice a lot as much as the other teams, but the biggest strength comes from the experience and just how well they adjusted from game 1. Like game 2 immediately, bam, they knew they can't let a hero like Storm get away in the laning phase.